Hey, it's Taria, confidence coach for women, and I'm excited. Woo! Welcome to episode number 8. Oh my God, 8 is my favorite number. Fierce TV. I am excited. Y'all know I'm always excited. So anyway, welcome. If there's anybody new that is watching, my name is Taria Pritchett, and I am a confidence coach for women. I absolutely love helping single professional women heal, evolve, and grow, and go deeper within themselves so that they can go higher, and they can up level, and they can upgrade, and they can become the fierce, confident, powerful woman that they so desire to be. So often on the outside, we look like we got all the shit together, and then on the inside, we're really falling apart, or we really feel like we're not achieving the goals that we feel like we set out to. We feel like we're not doing enough. We feel like we're not being enough. We feel like we're not giving enough. And sometimes we just get sick and tired of that, and we want to shift, we want to change. So if that's you, I'm the woman to call when you're ready to have it all. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, and you can find me on YouTube at Unleash Fierce. So today's episode, I want to talk about 3 reasons why you might still be struggling to be motivated or to take action and to actually get shit done this year. So granted, I know it's only the first month of the year. However, we all have vision, we all have goals, we all have dreams. I don't do resolutions. You probably don't do resolutions. I teach my clients to set intentions, right? I teach my clients how to break things up over the course of a year so that you're actually accomplishing some shit, and that it's not just sitting on paper. Now, granted, people that write down their goals are 42% more likely to actually achieve them. So that is important. But just writing some ish down is not going to make it happen. Just making a vision board is not going to make it happen. By the way, have you created a vision board for this year? If so, why? If so, why not? Put it in the comments below. I know it took me a minute to get mine done, but once it is done, right, and I actually just put it up last night because I kind of had to sit down. I'm like, let me put this board up. So anyway, I want to get into the 3 reasons why you may not be feeling motivated to get things done. You feel like you're self-sabotaging yourself, like you got the momentum going, and then shit just don't happen. But I know you got relationship goals, you got health and body goals, right? You got work goals, you got purpose goals. You thought of some God-sized goals, right? I talked about that. Before the year kicked off, I talked about that a lot in my fierce community with the women that are in that community, right? We have our own goals, and then we have God-sized goals, right? And a God-sized goal is a goal that's so big, there's no other way you can make it happen without having God on your side or having him a part of you actually making it happen, right? However, as we begin to end, a month, right, it's always time to have that self-reflection and to kind of think about, okay, what have I accomplished? What have I not accomplished? Where do I need to pivot? Where, what worked well, what doesn't work well? One thing that I love to do is, and I especially do this in my business, is I do highs and lows, right? And I learned that at the University of Delaware. You probably have done it before too. When I was a resident assistant in college, we always did when we had our staff meeting, we always did highs and lows. So I've kind of adopted that. I do that as an icebreaker sometimes when I empower girls, or I work with different teenagers and different programs, or when I work with grown adult women, right? So I just kind of go over, what were your highs? What were your lows, right? So in a couple of days, it's going to be the end of the month. So sitting down, right, and I have a notebook in which I'm tracking those things. And even at the end of a year, I go back through and I look at, okay, these were my highs and these were my lows. If I consistently notice that something is a low, then obviously that's the issue. It needs my attention, right? So if it's repeating itself, it needs your attention. Okay, write that down, post it. If it's repeating itself, it needs your attention, right? But it's very hard to know what needs your attention and what's repeating. Obviously, consciously, you take note of what's repeating itself, both personally and professionally. We do. But it's something magical that happens when you actually write that ish down, and then you start going back and you looking through and you like, oh, that not happened again, and it not happened again, right? Whether it's positive or negative, right? So you need to be tracking things, and you need to be reflecting on a consistent basis. Obviously, like I said, at the end of a year or the end of a month is always when we usually think, oh, let me go ahead and reflect. But that doesn't mean you can't do it on a weekly basis. That don't mean you can't do it every single day where you're checking back in with yourself and what you have set out to accomplish over the course of a year, right? The easiest way for you to have success and really be this confident and fierce, powerful woman is that you actually know what you're doing. And in order to do that, like I said, it's a lot easier to make things happen when you're actually tracking what you're doing. and you have a system and a way to go back and check it, right? So what I want to talk about today, the 3 reasons why you may be struggling to be motivated to move forward. And I have the 3 W's, right? Y'all know I like my numbers, you know, I like my letters to match and all that kind of stuff just because I do the most. So the first reason I want to get into in terms of why you may not be hitting or achieving your goals in terms of, you know, this month or this year thus far might be that you're struggling with a worthiness issue. 9 times out of 10, there's some worthiness going along with something that's going on, especially if there's something you have to step out of your comfort zone for, especially if it involves, you know, something to do with your purpose or something to do with a relationship. Our worthiness, our level, how worthy we feel, how good enough we feel, how qualified we feel, how certified we feel, how good enough we believe we are to attract a certain man, how qualified we feel that we are to release a new coaching program. If you're a business woman, it all goes back to worthiness, right? And whenever I get on the phone to talk to a woman, you know, I track what we talk about, right? I write down what I talk about, what comes up. And because I track it and I write it down, I have a bulleted list of things that women constantly come to me for, or a common thread, right? And guess what? Guess where worthiness is? I would say worthiness is the #1 issue that women come to me for. Now, obviously, I'm a confidence coach for women, so that makes a whole lot of sense. But worthiness is across the board, girl. And everything you do, there's some worthiness that is attached to some mess, okay? So I need you to think about worthiness, right? In terms of you being motivated to do things, right? Because guess what? You're going to stay in your comfort zone if you don't feel worthy enough to go out on dates, because you're going to think, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I don't know what to do. We make up excuses. You're going to sit in your comfort zone, or you might shrink, or you might play small if you know that there's something in you. You have your job, you're doing your thing, but you know you're made for more. You know God made you for more. You know there's something more about you in terms of that purpose piece about yourself. But unworthiness will have you sitting back and being in fear. Oh, I can't put that out. Oh, I can't post. Oh, I can't go live. Oh, I can't do this. I can't. Trust me, I know. I've been there, okay? It will have you sitting back because it's real, right? It gets real. It's false evidence appearing real, but that's because fear is real. You can feel it. And the fear is attached to the unworthiness, right? So that's something I need you to go check yourself. As we get to the end of, of a week, as we get to the end of a month, get to the end of a year, I need you to check that worthiness, right? Do I feel worthy of making this amount of money this month? Do I really feel worthy? Do I really even believe that God has a man just for me? That's worthiness as well. Because you can say, oh, I really want a man. I want to marry him. Right? You can say one thing, you can believe another. So your beliefs really run the show. And I have tons of videos over on YouTube on that. Your beliefs are really running the show. That's why I'm asking you about worthiness. And all the things that I'm bringing up are kind of the unconscious-ish that go on in ourselves that we don't even think about. In terms of, making ish happen and actually living the life that we desire and kind of being these fierce, confident women. That unworthiness piece it'll get you stuck every time. So you gotta keep that in mind as you move forward, okay? Number two reason why you may feel like you're stuck, you're struggling, you're not moving like you want to, is your work ethic. What's up with that work ethic? Because a lot of us do a lot of work at our jobs. We work for other people and we be kicking ass. We be doing all of the stuff. But then when it comes to your own business, your own purpose, or things that you need to do at home, right? And I know I'm good for that at times, and I have been in the past. We don't always bring the same work ethic, yet we're mad when things don't come into fruition. So your work ethic is not just what you do at your job. Your work ethic is how hungry are you to have that size, 10 or 12 body or size 8 body. That's going to boil down to your work ethic. Are you going to work for what you want? Because guess what? You can sit around, you can wish that you was a size 10, or you can work for it. So what type of work ethic are you putting out there? And I will even say for me, in terms of being a business owner, and when I coach some of my clients who want to, change, be more confident, show more confident CEOs in their business, that might be a part of the coaching that we're doing. A lot of them, when they come to me, the work ethic is not there. You know, they have create and built, you know, a brand to an extent or whatever the case may be, but they're not hungry for it though. There is a hunger that comes with what you want. Like if I know I want to be this confident, fierce, powerful woman, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So that means I'm investing time, money, energy, whatever I got to do to become this thing. Right? Because guess what? What we already know. You can pray all day. You can write your goals out all day. Right? You could do it all day. But you are never going to get anything that you want until you become the kind of woman who can receive it. Till you become the kind of woman who has a capacity to be at that level. So you become the kind of woman that can have that thing and use it well, use it for good in the world. Right? So you got to keep that in mind. That goes back to number one with worthiness and your belief say. So you need to check your worthiness, but you also need to check that work ethic. Have you been putting in the work? So if you say you want to make more money in your business, if you're a business owner, are you showing up consistently so somebody sees you and wants to buy from you? That's what we mean by work ethic. Are you constant? So don't be saying, oh, I'm not consistently making money when you're not consistently showing up. Don't say, you know, that you want a promotion at work, but you're not consistently stepping up and putting in the work to do that. Don't say you want to prepare for marriage and you want to manifest your husband, but you're not consistently doing manifestation work every single day to bring that into fruition. Don't say that you want to be a powerful and confident woman, and then when I offer you the opportunity to work with me or join my Powerfully Positioned Woman Academy, which is now open, then don't come back to me and say, oh, I can't afford it, or, oh, I can't do that, right? Where's your work ethic? Where's your hunger? Right? So, because we pay for everything else. We pay for a coffee every single day, but then let me say, oh, you know, this is the cost for this. Oh, I can't afford it. Oh, girl, you can't. Right? So keep that in mind, because there are other people that can. Why? Because they are hungry. They're hungry for it. That's why, right? That's what separates, you know, the winning woman versus the woman that's not, or the woman that feels like she's stuck and she can't move forward. So again, I encourage you to check yourself. What's up with that work ethic though? What's up with that work ethic? How hard are you working, right? What did Cardi B say? I dropped 2 mixtapes in 6 months. Which is working as hard as me? And I know that's a lot. I know Cardi does the most. You know, that's my girl on the low. But I like her music on a high. But anyway, say it again. She said, I dropped 2 mixtapes in 6 months. Do you know how much time and energy it takes to create one tape, create one album? You know, that takes some work. Again, it's in where we are in our time is obviously you can write a book quicker. You can do a mixtape quicker. Cool. I understood. Right. I made my little empowerment mixtape as well. If you get my book, you will, Born Fierce, How to Unleash the Confident Woman, and at Amazon. If you get it, you will get access to my little spoken word mixtape. Okay. You'll get free access to it. But again, that's even what she was saying. Who else is working as hard as me? Who else, right? So a powerful, confident woman, she is going to do ish that other people won't do, right? So I remember I had called for somebody before, a coach, and he mentioned that success and failure, they live on the same street. The only difference between the two is that success is just a couple more houses down. So it's just going the extra mile. It's doing a little bit more. So what more can you be doing over the course of the next month, the next couple of months, the next year to actually see your vision manifest, your vision come to fruition? So what more can you do to see a little bit more success in your life? So let's go back to, I have 3 things that I'm sharing with you today. 3 reasons. First thing, check your worthiness, which is checking your belief system. Do you really believe that somebody going to pay you $5,000 to teach them X, Y, and Z? Do you really believe that God has a husband just for you? Do you really believe you can get that promotion at work? Do you really believe that what you are doing day in and day out at your job is valuable and is providing everything that the people who you're serving that they need? Do you really believe that you should be a billionaire? Right? So I'm just saying, things to think about. Things to think about. Worthiness is that beliefs. Number 2 is that work ethic. How hungry are you to really be the confident, empowered, and fierce woman you desire to be? Are you really hungry, or are you just saying, this is what I want to do? Are you willing to invest the time, the money, the energy to make it happen? Think about it, right? And then number 3 reason why you might be struggling, or you haven't achieved your goals, or, manifested the vision you want. It could be your wounds. Goes back to those beliefs, those wounds that are getting in the way. And our wounds are oftentimes unconscious. But our wounds is anything. You know, what's a wound? Say you've been hurt and your wound is open and it has to heal. Oftentimes we don't heal. We put band-aids on shit and we keep going. We don't stop to put a band-aid on, right? So for example, we have a relationship. It doesn't work out. And I'm a high school teacher, so I see this all the time. Blows my mind. So have a relationship, it doesn't work out. We leave. So that was taking 6 months, a year, 2 years, heal, evolve, grow. We are already on dates with other people. Where they do that at? Right? So again, what are we doing? We're putting a band-aid over the wound instead of allowing the wound the proper healing time in order for it to heal, evolve, and to grow so that you're positioned and ready for what's next. Are you following me? So a lot of times instead of us healing, some of us are doing other things. I was going to use a word. I ain't going to use it because y'all ain't ready for that yet. Right? So you following me? We put band-aids over it and then we keep going. No. The same thing is true. If you say you, I don't know, you went to school and maybe you failed a class or maybe you were unable to finish going through that particular program or whatever the case may be. So then instead, you beat yourself up year after year. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified enough, blah, blah, blah. You come up with this whole story in your mind as to why you're not this and you're not that. But then you sit at a job that you don't really like that. But you know that you could heal, evolve, and grow, do the inner work, heal yourself, move on in the proper way. I don't just mean up and move on. And you could then, once you've done that work, go back to school, take it again, show yourself who's boss. I went back, I did it again, and then come back out on top. Right? But again, a lot of times we just keep it going, right? We have a bump in the road. It either sets you back and you don't know how to bounce back from it. Right? So that's the first thing. You might not know how to bounce back from it. Or we have other women, right, who they experience something negative. They just keep going. They don't take any time to pause, heal, evolve, or grow. That is a problem. That's a problem. And I feel like a lot of times in our community, especially, we are just told, okay, just suck that shit up and keep going. That's not how it works. That's why we get broken families. That's how we get cycles that are unhealthy, patterns that keep going, because somebody has to break the cycle. Somebody does. And why not it be you? Why not it be you? You can break the cycle in your family of generational poverty, right? You can break the cycle of people stepping into their purpose. You can break the cycle of the negative patterns that are in your family, right, for generations to come. If you step up, you can shift the whole entire money blueprint. It only takes one person. Shift the entire wealth, money blueprint mindset in your whole family. That could be you. But you playing. But you're playing. That could be you. You could be the one that shifts the entire relationship dynamic in your family. And you could be the one to bring the healthy, or you could be the one continuing that legacy if there's already a positive one, but you feel as though maybe you're struggling with that. It could go either way. You could be continuing a positive lineage or legacy, or you could be the one to break an unhealthy cycle of things. So my question to you, after all of this, after you've checked yourself, you've checked the worthiness, you've checked your work ethic, you've checked your wounds. Where are you? How did you get here? Why are you here? Then I need you during your prayer time, because I know you're a praying woman, praying sister. I need you to ask God, what is it that you need me to believe so that I can become the woman that you desire me to be? Who is it that you need me to become so that I am confident, fierce, and powerful enough for you to use me? For you to inspire people through me. For me to bring the love through me. For me even to be loved. Who do I need to become? What do I need to believe? You can even ask God, how do I increase my level of worthiness? Show me, reveal to me how you see me. Show me my worthiness today. As I go about my day, show me my worth, show me my value. If that's something that's of a struggle to you. Next thing, ask about work ethic. Lord, what do you need me to do so that you're using me? So that I'm positioned for whatever it is that you have next for me. You have not. because you ask not. Next thing. Sorry, I'm scratching my elbow. Next thing about the wounds. God, heal my heart. Purify me. Heal my wounds. Restore me unto you. Right? Think about how can you reflect on this? How can you incorporate this into your prayer so that you can position yourself to be in a place to then manifest what you desire? Right? So you need to do your reflection. Right? Then when you get with God, ask God to give you that redirection. So then in the end, you can have a resurrection and you can come up higher. In order to come up higher, you got to go deeper. Right? Come up. If you want to come up higher, you want more, you want to be more, you want to have more, go deeper. Look at that worthiness. Look at that work ethic. Look at those wounds. And I'm telling you all this because I done told myself this. My coaches have had to tell me this. I tell my clients this. And guess what? We get results. Because guess what? We go deeper so that we can go higher. We can come up higher. And the higher we go, the closer we get to God. The closer we get to what? Becoming the fullest, highest expression of what? Myself. And reaching my potential. Why are you here? To reach that potential. So why are you playing games? Why are you playing games? Right? You are far too gifted. Far too skilled. To not know how powerful you are to co-create pretty much anything you want in the world is yours. It is yours, right? But I think a lot of times we don't realize that. So my goal and my hope is that from this video, you are able to reposition yourself, jumpstart the repositioning process. And I invite you, right? I don't know why you showed up. I don't know what you're struggling with. I don't know where you are, but I know this for sure, that I'm going to invite you to join me in my Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. Why? Because I created a fierce ass program for women like you who are tired of being in that comfort zone, who's tired of struggling, who's tired of allowing your wounds to run your life. Right? Who's tired of allowing the unworthiness to block blessings that you've been had your name on for years and years to come. Your soulmate, he's been looking for you for years, but y'all keep missing each other because you ain't ready, right? You ain't positioned, right? So that you can get down the work ethic necessary, right? Because it's not the work that you're thinking about at work. I'm going to teach you how to do the inner work that it takes to position yourself, to cultivate within yourself a woman who can think positively, who can cultivate herself so much that she can manifest her desires like boom. What if you were that powerful? What if you were that powerful that you can really unleash your fierce calling and your fierce purpose that you've been sitting on? So many of us, we sleep on our skills. Right now, I bet you sitting on $1 million idea. I bet right now you sitting on a raise. You sitting on a book. You sitting on a program. And it's just sitting there. We ain't taking that to the grave. We need to get that out. Right? So what would it mean for you if you were that powerful as a woman? That you could do that. And you could show up. And you could be you. And you can be fearless. You could be free to be whoever you wanted to be. You can be unbothered. You can be unapologetic. Right? You know how to not only cultivate yourself, but consistently just walk in the radiance and walk in the beauty that is you. To consistently know your worth and know your value. So much so that you attract to you all types of high quality relationships with a man that's for you. Absolutely. But also high quality friendships with women that are in alignment with. That's powerful in and of itself. Not only do you need to have your man, you need to have your soulmate girlfriends too, that are in your corner that you can connect with. That is a powerful space to be in, because when you're around other women, you can heal faster, you can grow faster, you can evolve faster. Being in relationship with people is one of the easiest, I'm not even going to say easy, it's one of the hardest sometimes, but it's also one of the easiest forms of professional and personal growth and development, because relationships are always mirroring back to you things. So you need relationships. You need other women. You need your man, right? And I know a lot of times we say, oh, you shouldn't say you need a man. You can absolutely need a man. There is a difference between needing a man and being needy for a man. There's a difference between needing a man, your man that God has selected just for you, that has a purpose. Of course you need him. He serves a purpose and you serve a purpose for him. When y'all have a calling, y'all are together because y'all are called and qualified, not because y'all cute and Instagram ready. There's a difference. Okay? So imagine if you can master the principles, the tools, the techniques, not even just master them, but just be aware of them. Begin to implement them into your life. That's how you begin the process of becoming a fierce, confident, and powerful woman. If you're interested, make sure you go to bit.ly/Power Academy and check out Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. I'm only looking for 2 women that I want to work with at this time. If that is you, go to the link bit.ly/Power Academy so that you can join me on this journey, right? Really becoming the fierce, confident powerhouse that God has designed you to be. Stop sleeping on yourself. You said this would be your year. You said it would be your year. You said you would be willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Let's make it happen. Right? And if you don't believe me, go to bit.ly/Power Academy. Scroll down to the bottom. You can see my own story of how I've shifted, evolved, and I've grown. But you can also hear from my clients who have worked with me, who have gotten their results, who have figured out their purpose, who have gotten married since they began working with me, who feel more confident, fierce, and powerful, who now have their ish together when before they felt like they were struggling, who's now their outer matches their inner versus just them doing their thing on the outer, but the inner is low-key playing small and shrinking. Now it matches together. And it's such a beautiful thing as a woman when you know your worth, when you have the work, the inner work ethic and the outer work ethic to manifest the life you want, when you have healed your wounds and you can walk out unbothered, unapologetic, and become unstoppable. It's such a beautiful thing as a woman to be able to. It's such a beautiful place to be in. It's nothing like it. It's almost like you're at a peace that surpasses all understanding, right? Because here's the thing, and my coach taught me this. My coach Shannon taught me this, that a confident woman is a woman that's at peace with herself. But a powerful woman is a woman that's at peace with God. And I thought for me, that changed my whole life. That's why that's my coach, right? But for me, that was almost the inspiration for me to create something like Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. Because confidence is one thing, but really stepping and being in your power is a whole different ball game. So again, being confident is being at peace with yourself. Being powerful is being at peace with God. And there's an entire module, I believe it's week number 6, that's all about you strengthening your emotional and spiritual foundation and your connection and relationship with God. So important. So if you're ready to have this year be the best year of your entire life in a long time, if you're ready for the shift, if you feel the shift, you feel the calling, if you're here, you feel it, you see it, you hear it. It's not a coincidence that you're here. It's not a coincidence that you know me or that you stumble across this video, or that you took the time to listen to now. It's not a coincidence. Go to bit.ly/Power Academy. Check out Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. And let me know what you think. Right? If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can directly message me. You can leave a comment below and let me know what has resonated with you. Is it your wounds? Is it your worthiness? Is it your work ethic that you need to work on? Let me know if you have any questions about Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. And at this time, I'm going to sign off. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Fierce TV. Enjoy the rest of your day.